Hello. A few days ago, I sent out a letter regarding the workshop that I'll be holding on April 23rd on direct experience. I was surprised at the amount of mail I got regarding it, people thinking that they're going to get an awakening experience. Spiritual awakening happens when it happens. Direct experience is something different. But let me explain here what it is. You see, you're a human being. As a human, you are conditioned from the moment you are born to the moment that you're listening to this. In other words, we're constantly dealing with concepts, ideas, beliefs, and so on and on and on. That doesn't mean these things are wrong, but they are not the truth. You are a human being. The human is conditioned. The being is the truth of you. It is who you really are. In other words, you are really a being playing the human role. Now, direct seeing or direct experiencing is allowing yourself, most of the time through guidance, of course, of what is obvious, what is the truth of you, and to be able to see it in all situations of life. You see, the being is the truth of you. But of course we miss it, because we go back to concepts. In fact, we cannot even experience anything without experiencing a concept first. If you were to ask someone, who are you, this moment, without your conditioned past? They'll probably say, I don't know. And then they don't know because they're not seeing the obvious of the moment. So then you focus on the obvious. Do you exist? And then they'll say, of course I do. And then you ask them, well, how do you know that you exist? See, because everybody knows the truth. And then they'll say, well, because you're forcing them into an answer. This is helping a person to see directly. And they'll say, because I'm aware I exist. Aha. See, this is our first experience of direct seeing. You saw that awareness is who you are. You're aware that you exist. Awareness is self-recognizing. If we go a little deeper and ask, but who is it that is being aware? You probably say, me. And then who is this me? We refer to the conditioned past. Not realizing that awareness is the oneness. And oneness is a fact, is a truth that now everybody knows. It cannot be any other way. Everything is interrelated, interconnected, interdependent. Let's take another example. Let's say someone would say, I don't believe in God. Here we have two concepts, belief and God. A belief is a conditioned thing. It can be challenged, it can be shaken, it wavers, and it's never completely solid. But then there is the being. The being is knowing. The being is obvious. So how do you answer that question? See? The word belief, which is a concept, and the word God also is a concept. Because when we think of God, we think of an entity outside ourselves. But then go back to what is obvious. What is obvious right now? Who are you right now? You see, we go back to that awareness of here now. Here now cannot be any other time than here now. It's amazing when you look at it, isn't it? Nothing can happen outside of here now. Nothing. It has no exit. There's nowhere to go. It's always here now. This is the truth. So what we call God is the here now. Unconditional love. Because the now itself has no conditions. It is not the past. It is not the future. You see how seeing the obvious is so important. To see beyond the concepts of the past. In other words, that's direct seeing. Bringing it directly into this moment. The wonderful thing about direct experiencing is this, that if you allow yourself to do it, and in a workshop situation we'll be interacting with people, and of course we can always make it a little bit more helpful because we can answer all the questions that arise, and there'll be many questions that arise. But the wonderful thing in doing it and getting used to doing direct experiencing of everything is that Ramana Maharshi used to call it self-inquiry. What happens is that you will no longer continue seeking, because it keeps bringing you to here and now. It keeps bringing you to this moment that you are, to the pure awareness that you are, to the being that you are. It's a constant pull to the truth of you. And so when that keeps happening, even the hope of being enlightened someday diminishes. It just isn't important anymore. And you relax in your being. So direct experience is to bring everything into the now, which is the only truth that we have. You exist now. You are awareness now. The I am of you is a wholeness, is a totality. It is not conceptual and it is not personal. And yet, everything is contained within it because nothing is separate. That is the beauty of direct seeing. And the benefits of allowing yourself to see is that you begin to understand that the fears that you might have been experiencing, such as anxiety, depression, anger, and so on, when you look at them, they are nothing more than an avoidance or an escape from the truth of your being. So this is the beauty of direct experiencing, is that it makes everything so clear. And it's not a difficult thing. Once there is the aspiration for what is true, that's imperative. And that's the reason for the workshop. Anyway, thank you.